Hello and welcome back everyone to Scrapping with Volt. As you can see, Mr. Volt has found a huge load of these industrial ACs, big chunky stuff. So lots and lots of copper in these. And yes, he does have permission from the business owner, so they said you're more than welcome to take it. So you know Mr. Volt's gonna fit that in the trailer. I don't know how, but he does. Spoiler alert. So these things are super big. I mentioned before on the channel that he has like an AC man. He buys his ACs from Mr. Volt. So Mr. Volt met him a while back at the scrapyard and has sold him some like smaller ones before. But this right here, this is on a whole nother level. These are like some big ACs. Lots and lots of copper in there. Big chunky cords. And this is the man's unit. So he did give Mr. Volt $240 for these big, ACs. There was 8 of them. So this is the man's haul right there, all his scrapping and, stuff he does. So yeah, not a bad day for some scrap. And still waiting for one of these ATMs to be filled with some money. Or at least a couple 20s that just slipped by, but that hasn't happened yet. Although Mr. Volt can scrap this, and we have sold some ATM parts before. It just takes a while, so that's just up to you if you want to just take it to the scrapyard straight like that, or sell some parts, make a few extra bucks. Whatever floats your boat. So this scrap right here, Mr. Volt did get a text about some heavy rack pieces and other metals, so he was able to pick that up as well. And it's really nice when, he gets some calls or texts about scrap that they have stuff ready. So he's able to just go pick it up and take it to the scrapyard. If your scrap sticks out a lot, then you need to tie a red something, a red towel, a red banner, whatever, like bandana, something red on the end, just to alert traffic that there's stuff sticking out from your car, your truck, your trailer, whatever you have. And of course, always be careful when you're loading your scrap. Oh my goodness. I found like a cast iron sink the other night when I was driving back home, and I managed to put it inside the car, which wasn't too hard. I mean, just bringing it to the curb and kind of tilting it in. But yeah, Mr. Volt's the one that had to bring it out because I could not lift that thing. I was gonna put it in the trunk, but no way that was gonna happen. That thing was heavy. So I just, I went in and I told Mr. Volt I brought you some scrap, and then he went out and lifted it out. And there's times that he finds like cast iron stuff like deep in the dumpster. Oh my goodness. We got like some comments on our previous video about how they hurt their back just watching Mr. Volt take some of this stuff out. We find so many of these monitors. A lot of times they're broken. Sometimes they're fine. I'm actually using one that we found right now. Pretty much, yeah, every monitor I think that we have is like a dumpster that I find. So yeah, I mean, check it out. Sometimes they're broken, like that one, but sometimes it's perfectly fine. These companies, they even throw them out like if like one little pixel is bad. So yeah, check them out. But a lot of times when they have the monitors, they'll also throw out all the cables. So that is, why Mr. Volt just found some cables with him. because they just toss out everything. Everything gets thrown away. Even when they're good, they get thrown away. So cables do right up front in the bucket. More bits and pieces in here. Someone threw away a knife. 2? Yeah, they're like little machete kind of things, or what are they called? Axes? Machetes are, yeah, no. Never mind. But they're still good, so yeah, I just cleaned them up, sharpened them a bit, and good as new. Lots of little car parts and pieces in here. More. I don't know what's going on with this dumpster. Yeah. I'm not sure why those are thrown out. Some empty containers. And some more pieces. So a lot of this stuff, all this stuff, it just adds up. So yeah, get your bins, separate your metals, your non-ferrous. It adds up. All these steel parts, they get heavy too, so I mean, if you find a good amount, you can definitely make some good money from scrapping. And the best part about making money from scrapping is it's paid in cash. So, and we did check it, so yes, it is from a Ford Cobra. As you can see, the little logo and all of that. I'm sure someone would want that. Mr. Volt caught that in time, so he's able to go back to the dumpster, check it out, and see if he finds a missing part. When you find like a lot of stuff like OEM, like Ford or, Chevy, whatever, brand it is, those can sell pretty good too because people want original parts and stuff. And on to the scrapyard. So the way this works, we've had people ask before, is you drive up with your full load, unload your scrap, drive off after, and then the difference is calculated and you get your money. And we do donate 10% to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Oh, some speakers. There were also some like tripod thingies in there, and those we find a lot as well. And there's got to be like a store or something, or some shop or something nearby, because we find those a lot. And I'm still waiting, and I think Mr. Volt is still waiting for another Denon stereo. If you don't know that brand, remember it. Put it in your head, in your brain, and just remember that brand. Denon. That thing is worth money. Even if you find a broken stereo or a broken whatever type of item, people will still buy stuff to repair, and that brand is a good brand. Denon, Denon, Denon. Yeah, we found one before, and that thing sold like crazy. And I just say this to remind you guys because there was one time I was watching some video on YouTube when I first started selling on eBay, and there was this this YouTube channel, and they had mentioned this vintage brand and like this type of cookie jar. Like they showed it, and then they said, you know, look out for it. It's worth a lot. And then I find it later at the thrift store, and I only recognized it because they had mentioned it. So that's why I'm telling you guys to look out for it. We find tons and tons of keyboards and all kinds of computer stuff just thrown away. And usually they're fine. I mean, sometimes they're missing the little USB, what is it, toggle thingy, whatever it's called. So these can definitely be used, donated, sold if you like, but we usually donate these. I mean, that's another thing too. We don't buy any computer stuff, keyboards or anything like that, because Mr. Volt finds them all the time. So there's so many things that, I mean, we never would have thought about, you know, that we never would have had to buy again because dumpster diving, you know, brings it all to us. So that's another thing. So, I mean, if you guys are doing this on a regular basis and you see what's thrown out, trust me, you know, you already know this stuff. So I'm just telling like all you newbies out there that haven't dumpster dived before or are new to this, you will find so much stuff out there. It is crazy. There's so many things that you will never have to buy again. Like seriously, pots and pans. That's another thing we find all the time. We have a lot of cast iron pans that we just clean up and, you know, re-season and good as new. Let us know in the comments something that you have found, something that you never need to buy again because of dumpster diving or scrapping, whatever it is that you do. And we received a comment from our last video, and I just want to do a shout out because I love these type of comments. So Thelma, she wrote, "I love watching you guys so much. It reminds me of doing it with my grandfather at 7 years old. I'm now 61 years old, and my grandfather passed away when I was 13. So we love doing this, and we love sharing this with you guys. We love hearing from you guys. You know, any stories, scrapping, dumpster diving, anything like that, any, you know, memories that you guys have. I mean, it's crazy, but you remember this stuff, you know? So let us know in the comments, you know, any stories you guys have, stuff that you'd like to share. And make sure to leave a comment on this video for a chance to be featured in our next video. We do that every video, so leave a comment below. Make sure to like this video. It really does help out. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave your comments. And make sure to stick around for more, because we have a lot more to show you guys. And of course, have a great day. Bye.